Oh, hey, oh, oh, hey, oh. Are you waiting for the BlueNote Fan Report? I don't know. I am. Hey, it's 0-0. The Blues are on a power play. Great period by both teams. I was impressed. I like what we saw. I thought that I was a little worried about how the Jets were going to play coming out against the Blues. You know, a lot of people have been worried about what the record is. And you know what? I guess it doesn't matter. No, you know what, Ryan? Good point. The passing there was not the greatest. I'm waiting for Ashley to get Buck. You know what? That might be an issue with the ice, and that's usually what it is. And I've seen that before. Jose saying that the puck is bouncing a bit too bouncy today. I agree with that. Bennington looking comfortable. Yeah, I agree with that too. Trying to get things a little bit more situated here. Yeah, Benner looks great. I agree. I think he's comfortable. They're not getting a lot of great shots. I think shots were, let's see here if I can pull this up, 11-8 in favor of the Jets. So I mean, I'll tell you what I saw that I liked the most is the penalty kill. Oh my goodness! I'll tell you what. I'm seeing something in the last couple of penalty kills. You know what? I'm going to throw this out to you. What in the last couple of penalty kills has stood out to you? There's been one thing.
They keep them to the edges. They're not letting them get into the house at all on the penalty when they're killing them.
Somebody got it. Somebody got it already. All right, Jose Buchnevich. That's two breakaways he's had in the last two games. That's two steals, two blue line steals he's created with his stick. And because he's doing that, it's messing up everybody else's power play, and it's making our penalty kill much, much stronger. Buchnevich has just been on fire since, and he was doing good before, but since the Spetsnaz line got put together, all three of those guys' play is just completely elevated.
Oh, I agree.
Right? And you know, and I'm not trying to, believe it or not, I'm not trying to sit there and say, oh, I called that line was going to do good, so that's what I'm saying. No, you go look at it. You go let your eyes look. And you know, since December 2nd, that line, not counting today's game, has 28 points. That line has 28 points.
Yeah.
I went through and I had to go team by team through the NHL. There are only 6 teams that have their top 3 guys scoring more points than those 3, and none of those that I could tell is a regular line. That's impressive, right?
Yeah.
That's what I said. They're going to take an offensive assault on the league, and that's another one. I'm with you there, Jose. Brown, yeah, really good on that line, right? Really good. Brown is coming into his own with St. Louis.
Oh yeah.
Right. And there was talk, at the camp that he could make the team, and they just told him, oh, I could see that too. They just told him, look, man, you're the odd man out, but we're looking at you for next season. Go down there and do what you got to do. He got the COVID call up, and he says, you're not sending my ass down. My dad told me not to go back to Springfield, and I'm not. And the guy, the hit was a legal hit. Okay. I know they called it for boarding, but it was more because it was size on size.
Yeah.
Right. a 6'6" guy on a 5'8", 5'9" guy, yeah, there's going to be some problems.
Yeah.
Right. That's not a shoulder to head. But the good thing is that it didn't create any blood, so he didn't get the game misconduct. And Panger was right. That does not go with the spirit of the rule. I will say this. I know everybody's going to hate me for this. I did not like the Joshua fight.
No, I didn't either.
Right. I think when you're short a man, when you're already short a forward, taking yourself off the ice for 5 to 6 minutes, or because it's a 5-minute penalty, but it's not one where they go 4-on-4 for 5 minutes, so you can't come back on the ice until there's a stoppage. I've seen a 5-minute penalty last 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of said the same thing when Falk took that penalty in the Colorado game. I mean, I get that he had some emotion there, but we were down a forward that game too, playing 11-7, and it took a defenseman off when we were, needing somebody.
He ended up getting that was a 17-minute penalty.
Yeah.
I do. I wish he won. I'm not sure where you're at there, bud.
He was talking about Stasny. Ryan asked if anyone else looks for him when we play Winnipeg, and Jose was saying that he does and that he wished he was with us when we won the Cup. No,
I agree with that. I'll agree with that. Also, real quick, hold on here. Real quick, I want to address something that happened at the end of the first show. Give me just a moment. We had a comment that was really, really good. And this guy, it's the first time I'd seen this guy. So I don't know where he came from. Oops, wrong thing. Come on, guy. Share screen, Chrome tab, Facebook. Oh, and there we go. Hey, Richard.
Hello.
I want to cover this comment real quick because it was really good and we missed it. It says, this was from Russell Teed, and I'd never seen him before. So if you're there, Russell, thank you so much. But this comment was great. I think you call someone out in the office or the dressing room. Keep it there. Why try to embarrass the player? That would piss me off. However, some players that take it and respond publicly to the public shaming. It's not black and white. Motivation is real physical. Masterpiece when each player can be motivated. That's how teams win. Everyone knows everyone else. The trick is gaining respect by doing your job, and to motivate each player is a skill that when successful teams win. And that was an amazing comment. And it was right as we ended the show, so I wanted to get it on there. Have you been watching the game there, Rich?
No, I'm set. I just got over sour and I'm preparing for the Packers game tonight.
The Packers? Oh, you want to prepare to watch a loss?
Actually, they're doing very well, so hush your mouth. That was my brother's team. I don't do football, but I am go Packers go this year.
Yeah, I know, and I get why you are. How many breakaways will Tarasenko not score? John, that's that one, you can call that a breakaway, but it really wasn't. And it was just off. Yeah, actually, I think his hair is a little bit better than it was a few days ago.
This just showered look is good for you, Richard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, 2 days ago when I guess it was fresh clean, when you had the straight spike going on.
Mm.
Yeah, this is a little better than that. And I don't mean to get on you, Richard. You know that, bud. I think that's why when we seen O'Reilly putting his shoulders, when we lose, he's not calling his teammates out. And that's partially. Oh man, they're showing the alumni game from a couple of years ago on the Winter Classic. There's no alumni game this year, right? Because Minnesota just doesn't have enough alumni, right? And I think that's bad because if I was them, I would have reached out to the Stars alumni, the guys that the ones that were there when before Minnesota went to Dallas and ask some of them, but those are older guys, so they may not want to do it. But I wish there was an alumni game, because then I might have gotten a free ticket and a flight.
I mean, they could have, we have so much alumni in St. Louis, we could have split them up and had part of them play with the few that Minnesota does have.
Yeah. So I know Anna is also a Packers fan. So who's your favorite Packer out there?
It has to be Rodgers. Like, he carries the team on his back. So
He said besides Rodgers.
Zadarius Smith, he's been injured for every game but one this year, but he's just a beast on defense.
What about you, Ashley?
I mean, it's my brother's team, and I don't really watch football very often, so I really only know Rodgers. Not going to lie.
Rich has Brady Kachuk hair again.
Not again, going. Brady Kachuk hair going.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like the Jets had the most chances, but the Blues did better at preventing the score. The Blues defense is tightened up, and what we're seeing, I got to be honest. So I was thinking about my Berube comments, right?
Mm-hmm.
As critical as I've been, the reason I'm not critical now is because he finally listened. I know that might sound backhanded. Yeah, you're amongst a lot of Chiefs fans here. So, and closet Ram fans. I know you're still out there. As much as I hate them, it's hard to not watch them. I don't want them to win, but it's hard to not watch them. When you watch a team, especially, you got the movie coming out in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Right? The what's it called? Underdog. Underdog.
Yeah. Again, though.
Right?
It's just for my brother.
The story of the greatest undrafted player in the NFL. But I actually thought he was drafted. I thought he was drafted by Green Bay, actually. But I thought about it more. No, I think they signed him as a free agent and then released him. And then he ends up coming back and beating them a couple of times. So Bennington is probably in his head saying it took me getting sick to learn to play D in front of me. Maybe that's not a bad question.
Scandella actually was looking really good that period. Like in the penalty kill, he had a couple of good clears. I don't have anything to gripe about him, and that's odd.
Yeah, no, the Bennington has played very well. They're keeping. Rich, I know that you've played the game. You understand the game very, very well. You have a great knowledge of the game. The best offense is a good defense, correct?
Most cases, yes.
The best way to play defense is keep the puck out of the house. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
So this team is keeping the puck to the boards, and then they're doing the other thing. They're winning the neutral zone, the chessboard, right? The interview I did yesterday, I called the ice a chessboard. You have the back two things of a chessboard. That's your zone, and then that middle four squares, that's the neutral zone, and you have to win the neutral zone to win the game. I like to say 80% of goals come from the neutral zone, and I've never had somebody tell me I'm wrong. Do you agree with that, Rich?
I never thought about it. It very well could be.
And the only reason I say the 80 because I'm giving you the fact that 20% of the game or the goals happen from an offensive zone faceoff. Right? It's when you come through the neutral zone, most times the neutral zone is what sets up that offensive presence, sets up the chances. So here, shots were, they changed it, 8-7 for St. Louis. I'd seen a different number. 14-19 on attempts in favor of the Jets. Chances are 4-3 in favor of the Blues. 55-45 faceoffs in favor of, and that's percentage of the Jets. Hits are 12-8 in favor of the Blues, and I didn't see that last one. Warner wasn't drafted. He was playing in arena football in Iowa and was bagging groceries. Yeah, I knew that, but I also know that right out his draft year, he was picked up by the Packers. Actually, I think our buddy Richard there might be too young to remember that. Because that was in 99. 99 is when he came to St. Louis. That would have been like 94, 93, 94. Mm-hmm. Is that like your birth year there, Rich?
I'm 2002, so before I was born.
You know I'm giving you crap, buddy. Right? You know I'm giving you crap there. Can't depend on the rooks. The queen scores every time. And that's a good point. Right now, I just think that the Blues are playing a very solid all-around game. And the more they keep playing that, they're going to be able to compete with Colorado. Mm-hmm. Right? You may not need that. Yeah, that's what I thought too. That he was drafted by the Packers. I may have to look that up, but I thought he was drafted by the Packers and then released. I thought he was like a 6th or a 7th round pick.
Yeah.
Right? I still remember it. Maybe he signed as an unrestricted free agent, but I'm not sure. Because I know guys that don't get drafted, a lot of them sign free agent contracts. So that happens. But usually they get released like right after the first preseason game. They're there, signed with the Pack, but was not drafted. Okay. Something like, man, we're talking too much football on the BlueNote Fan Report. Rich, what do you think the Blues need to do in the next, coming up to the Olympic break, if they haven't, to solidify themselves as a Stanley Cup contender?
I would probably say try finding a backup goalie for Bennington. I think Bennington's playing too much games. I think he'll be a perfect tandem goalie. Well, he'll be the starter A, and the goalie will be starter B. I think that would be the best situation for him to be in, for him to succeed.
Well, I think that the 10 days that he just missed it, and that helped. And then now you have Lindgren, you had Husso played well. Gillies had the one game, but they traded him away. Thank goodness. But that's one point. How do you beat the Avalanche? You're a fan of the game. You see the talent the Avalanche have. How do you beat that?
Just be a more in-depth team, be like New Jersey back in the early 2000s, stay in a very neutral mode instead of taking risks all over the place, as that's how the top line gets going.
Good point. Jose says they just need to continue flying under the radar as a contender. They're not doing that anymore, Jose. I'm sorry. Game is almost on. The boys are back. So what do you think is going to happen in the second there, Ashley?
I have a good feeling about it. I'm pretty sure that the Russian Spetsnaz line that you like to say is going to come out strong. I really think Booch is going to get a goal this game.
I can see Booch getting a goal. I can also see O'Reilly. Dave Lowry, the new head coach of the Winnipeg Jets. They're showing him now. He played from 88 to 93. I remember Dave Lowry. He was tough guys. Tough guys are becoming the coaches in the league right now. Right?
Just wait.
Okay. Say again?
Just wait till Steve Vaughan becomes the head coach.
Yeah. Okay, guys, enjoy the game. Thanks for joining us. See you at the second intermission. This is Guy, Ashley, and Richard saying aloha mahalo, and we'll see you in 40 or so.